folks, and welcome back. We're here at World Circuits today. We're going to do a rerun of a track of a course of the K Cup at Lago Maggiore. A subscriber has asked if I could do it with a different car than the Cappuccino, so I'm choosing the Copen 02 today because the Cappuccino isn't always available. And with that being the case, comfort soft tyres, sport suspension. We've got ballast of 1. Now, when I did this previously with this car, that ballast wasn't required, but they have changed things with the latest update 1.2. So this is valid for 1.2. Low RPM turbo, sports intercooler, racing air cleaner, semi-racing silencer, sports brake system, racing brake pads, bore up installed, and all your weight reductions that you can do. I've also been into the auto setup place, and you can do the wide body, wide wheels, front splitter, rear wing set to the high level rear wing, which gives you a drop of about 5 pp, and side skirts. That'll give you some downforce. But there's nothing physical to change, just buying parts and add them on. Custom setup, traction control 0 is the critical one, this one. Default ABS is the only thing that's on, and here we go, onto the circuit. Target is to reach first place from 16th. And I think the key thing to understand is the performance of the turbo in this one. You'll see as we go up the gears, the turbo will lose its pressure because it's a low RPM turbo and it's great for acceleration, and you'll catch the cars in front. As you can see here, we're catching them, but as we come up the hill, that turbo will start to drop off and we'll lose pressure. As it goes up the range, the rev range, from 6,500 to 8,500, the pressure will just drop off. I say the pressure, it's the boost, it's the extra air that the turbo pushes. So we're going to look for the tight line on every corner. Braking points we'll talk about in the next lap, but here as we drop over the crest, you'll see we're going to try and take every one of them with the inside line at whatever opportunity we can. If we can get down them on the inside, we'll do that as we go past what looks like a John Deere livery, but it isn't. So coming over the start line, 4th gear for that corner, you might just have to lift because you might clip that wall, but no major harm done. Coming down to this corner, we're going to look to brake, drop into 3rd gear at the start of the yellow bar on the right hand side. You see it on the track. Then we're going to aim to scrub that orange curb on the inside and push hard, benefiting from good acceleration as you change gears. The acceleration isn't that great and you'll tend to lose out coming up that hill. As we discussed last time, but we might get these two going into this corner. You're braking on the start of the 2nd curb on the right hand side. Come in and brush or even straddle that orange curb on the left. Clip this curb on the right. You can actually put 2 wheels in the grass, and you brake just there on that white line that comes across the track down to 2nd gear. Now the big thing with this race is not to bump and grind. If you start pumping these AI, they will get their own back. They will tip you into corners, so just give them a wide berth. Don't be aggressive to them. Just put your car where you want your car to be, and you can see we've dropped that times into the 2nd, into the 1 minutes. 1 minute ones approximately. That's what we need to be doing to win this race. Most people, being not making massive progress in the first lap, will think, oh, this car's no good, and I can promise you there's 2 cars that I haven't got yet capable of winning this. One is the S660, and the other one that I've got in my menu there, I've bought the S660 after doing this race this morning, because I thought if I'm doing it for one, I'm going to do it for all. And actually the S660 is pretty rubbish, loads of mods, but I just can't get it to progress through the field no matter what I do. So there we go, coming up to 5th place now. Just going to try and get ahead of this fella inside of the corner. I'll always do it. As we come round now to finish lap 3, I think we're going to run a 1:01 looking at where we are in the times. Going to take the tight line. Now you have to be very cautious about the tight line down here. As you come round, you're going to run the outside and you're going to brake, and this guy's going to get a bit of aggression on, braking on the yellow marker. I've given him room, but he's come up and he's touched me inside. I have found myself on previous run-ins of this race on that inside barrier because he'll pit manoeuvre you, the dirty swine he is. But at this point, we're in lap 4 and we've made our way up to 4th place. We've now got a disadvantage. We've got a massive gap between us and 1st, 2nd and 3rd. We're going to benefit from no draft I say benefit, is a real disadvantage. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try and run fast laps. See if we can keep the 101s going. If we can dip into the 10s, beautiful. But I think it's going to be 101s. Down to second, Jimbo. Come on, there it is. Changing down that gear will get that car to rotate that last bit more. You can probably run a bit tighter through these corners, borrowing a bit more, just keeping at least one set of tyres on them red and white curbs. But here we go, coming down to this corner again, looking for that yellow marker on the right hand side, the edge of that curb. We actually changed down early, and we've actually caught them very swiftly. Look at that. Oh, just running a bit of grass. And we weren't doing the cool down tyre trick. We don't do that. No, no, no. Tyre temperature and tyre wear is fixed on this race, same as fuel, so there's no drama. You're not going to get lighter the longer the race goes on. You're not going to get quicker. So Mr. Miazano up next in the S660. We've got a cappuccino and a Copen up front, so these are the three to beat. Brake on that white line as it comes across the track. Go, see if we can put this guy behind us. Try and round the outside, try and cut. Oh, we've had to lift a little bit there, but up to fourth, come on. We're a bit late on the gear change there. Still got a fastest lap though, 1:0. Very good. Still relatively quick, all laps within like half a second of each other. And I know that's not relatively quick in terms of F1 terms, but at least it's quick in terms of my ability. An old man, aging, you know, knows what he knows, but has never officially raced a car ever in his life. But here we go, looking for that marker on the right hand side, braking early actually. Coming in, going to follow this Copen through. Going to put that cappuccino to waste on the outside, there it is. So coming over the hill, we're taking first place. Braking on the white line, beautifully done. If you come around the outside there, you'll brake too early if you brake on that white line. That is for the tight line. So here we go, we're going to cross the line at the end of lap 6, going into lap 7, and we're in first place. The idea now is see if we can run that faster lap. What do we run now? That's a 1:0 again, that's spot on, that's exactly where we need to be. And now we've just got to take this to the finish. Keep the car stable and steady through the corner, run a tighter line just to try and increase that acceleration. And we're charging up the hill. Nothing really much to say now, we've done all the hard work. You just can't push, you just can't make it fail, you just can't make a mistake. And he does there, doesn't he? Look, he messes up down to second. Oh dear, everything I say just falls over. But there it is, folks, and special thanks to the person who shouted out and said, look, I'm struggling with the cappuccino because I can't find it. Is there any alternative? Well, there it is, there's the Copen. I'm going to work on the other two and see what I can do, the S660 and the Daihatsu, whatever it's called. But there it is, folks. This will take you to the end, through the line. Doesn't really matter about the lap time because we're there in first place, and there it is. And you will have the benefit of the overlay to see this, but I do like the overrun of the popping and banging. That was a 7:09 when I ran it in the cappuccino. I think it was a 7:10, so this car's slightly faster. 52,500 credits for the win. And in fact, folks, that's your lot. There was my mileage. You can see I ran it once before just to get a tester, and there it is. But thank you very much, folks, for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.